All stuff spot on for the past.
Yeah.
Just already. We want that on.
No, take it away.
No, that's okay.
You
Yeah,
don't need it.
sure.
Yeah, sure. It's an affectation.
But yeah, sure. Well, I'm sure it's actually harder to read like that.
Sorry.
I'll take it away. There we go.
Is that easier for you? It's
Aubrey,
definitely
can we
easier.
please do the Friday?
Shabbat.
מקורות מרמי ודירים ושמרי עמדי במרום אדוני עדותיך נאמנו מאוד לבית חנה והקודש עלי לאורך ימים. גדול והתקדש שמי רבה ועונה דברי חילותי ימליך מלכותי וחי יחנו ויומך ובחי כל בית ישראל עגלה בזמן קריב יברו אמן שמי רבה ברך וחנוך Yitzbarach, Yishtabach, Yikolah, Yitromah, Yitnaseh, Yitadar, Yitalei, Yitalal, Shemei, Kutshah, Yichol, Le'elam, Yinkol, Birchata, B'shirata, Tushachata, V'nechamata, Yamiran, Be'amah, V'rumei, Yahei, Shlomo, Min Shemai, Chai, V'lev, Kol Yisrael,
Amen.
Good morning, everyone. Sorry not to be with you during the course of this tefillot this morning. Welcome to Trevor Assison, who's in shul from Israel. Always welcome, special to have you with us. And Chaim Arukim, wish long life to Maurice, who has Yortzeit today for his mother of blessed memory, Miriam Alexander Bat Moshe, and to Simon for his the Yortzeit of his father, Yonatan Michael ben Harav Avraham Moshe, a man with whom I had close connection, and of course with Simon's grandfather as well, who was the man in South Africa and who bar mitzvahed me, I suppose, is the expression that one would use. So a long association with this family. And also a very, very special welcome to our new and fresh mourners. That is Daniel Goldberg and his uncle, Jonathan Goldberg, sitting in Shiva now after the passing of Alan Goldberg, one of our very wonderful and special members, and more about him in just a moment. So to Daniel and Jonathan, what we're going to do now is, as always, we'll have a short Devar Torah, and that will be followed by the Rabbi's Kaddish. That's the long one. And once again, it's transliterated in the back of the book if you need any help with that. And then afterwards, we're going to do the Shiva service, which consists of reciting Psalm 49, and then just the two of you will say Kaddish, and then you'll take your seats, and we'll all offer you the blessing of consolation on behalf of the whole community. So looking at the thought for the day, we are looking today now at the 6th Mishnah in the 3rd chapter of Pirkei Avot, and this today is a teaching by one of the sages called Rabbi Nechunya ben Hakana. And what he said was, Kol hamakabel alav ol Torah, all who take upon themselves the yoke of Torah, ma'avirin mimenu ol malchut v'ol derech eretz. They remove from themselves the yoke of government and the yoke of worldly cares. V'chol haporek mimenu ol Torah, but anybody who casts away from him the yoke of Torah, notnim alav ol malchut v'ol derech eretz. He will then have upon him the yoke of government and the yoke of worldly cares. Well, we'll come back to the content of this mission in the coming days, but something about the man who is the author of this, Rabbi Nechunya ben Hakana, is one of the early of the great sages. He was also called Rabbi Nechunya Hagadol, the great Rabbi Nechunya, who flourished in the 1st century of the Common Era. He was a pupil or a contemporary of Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai. Remember that Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai is the man who transitions from the destruction of the temple to set up the great academy in Yavne, out of which the Torah was able and Torah learning was able to continue after the destruction. So Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai is this great sage who keeps Judaism going, and he's either a pupil or a contemporary of him, and he's the main teacher of Rabbi Ishmael. Rabbi Ishmael is the one who we have the 13 principles of interpretation of the Torah, and we'll come back to that in a moment. At any rate, Rabbi Nachum is apparently a man of tremendous wealth. He has a huge number of servants, but he is distinguished by his great humility and his forgiving nature, qualities which were shown in two prayers which he used to recite and which are now enshrined in the Mishnah and Brachot, and which we'll come back to at a later stage. He was blessed with a very old age, and he attributed his long life to the fact that he would never glory in or derive esteem from the shame of another human being, and he would never retain hate or indelibly curse others, and he gave of his money freely. He, by the way, was said to have interpreted the entire written Torah by the hermeneutic rule of klal uprat. That's the eighth general in particular. It's the eighth principle of Rabbi Ishmael, his pupil, and this extraordinary man was able to interpret the entire Torah by this one single principle. And by the way, there's a mystic work called Sefer HaBashir, which he authored, and a prayer which has found its way into our prayer verses, Ana B'Koach, which we recite at various parts of our service, that was ascribed to him as well. So let's say Kaddish Rabbanan, Rabbi Chanani ben Akash Omer, Ratz HaKadosh Baruch Hu L'Zak Yisrael Afichach, Hir Ba'alehem Torah Mitzvah, Shenemar Nechefetz Ma'an Sidko, Yagdil Torah V'Yadir, and Daniel and Jonathan, as the community says this Kaddish, take your time because it's a long one and a tongue twister, and we're not in a hurry. Okay, everyone, off you go with Kaddish. So Daniel and Jonathan, as just before we recite Psalm 49, which is on page 158 in the Green Siddur, and it'll be followed by the regular Kaddish afterwards. As I was looking over a thought for the day today, and we were up to this mission, and I read about Rabbi Nachum ben Kana, as I read the words, I suddenly realized that there could not have been a more apposite description of a man than for your dad, your brother. The fact that he would never glory or derive esteem from the shame of another human being, he would never retain hate or indelibly curse others, and he gave of his money freely. Isn't that just perfect? Isn't that the most perfect description of Alan? His tremendous philanthropy, his humility, his just, the numbers of people at the funeral yesterday were testimony to these qualities. Just a human being who never hated anybody else, just gave so freely of himself in every respect, materially and spiritually. So, he loved the shul. It's very special that you've come to his place in order to daven. Really very, very special. And if there's some way in which we could ask him how he feels, he would probably be saying, I'm so thrilled. I just feel so proud that my son and my brother are in the place that was special to me. Psalm 49, page 158. למנצח לבני קורח מזמור, שימו זויז כל עמים, אז הנה כל יושבי חלד, גם בני אדם, גם בני איש, יחד אשי ואביון, פי ידבר חוכמס והגוס ליבי ציוונויס, עתה למושל אוזני יפתח בחינוך ידעשי. למה אירה במהרה עוון הכבש ובין הבוטחים על חילם וברוב השם יסללו, אך לא יפדו יפדה איש, לא ייתן להם כפרוי ויקר פדיון נפשם וחדל לעולם. וכי עוד לנצח לא יראה השחס, כי יראה חכמים ימוסו, יחד כסיל ובא יבדו ועזבו לחרם חילם. קרבם בתיהם על לעולם משכנוסם לדור ודור, קרוב ושמוסם עלי אדמויס ואדם בעיקר בל ילין, נמשל כבהמוס נדמו. זה דרכם כסל עמוי ואחריהם בפיהם ירצו סלם. כצאן נשאול שתו מוות יראם וירדבה משערם לבויקר, וצורם לבלוס שאול מזבו אלוהי, אך אליהם יפדה נפשי מיד שואל, כי ככנו סלע. אל תירא כי אשי איש, כי ירבה כבוד ביסויים, כי לב ומויסי ייקח הכל, לירד אחריו כבודוי. כי נפשו בחייו יברך, וידוך כיסא דבלח, תבואי עד דור אבסיו, עד נצח לא יראה, אדם ביקר ולא יבין, נמשל כבהמוס נדמו. Now Kaddish from the two of you.
Yisgadal, Shemay, Bahai. No more different say, if nothing say, the third, the high, the Topes as well. But I almost none can read you or made. Yisborah, Yistabach, Yisborah, Yisborah, say. It's a dove, it's a name, it's a low, she made it control, it's true. Ain't no name called Rosso, the Shivosso, Tishbahosso, the Necamhoso, DMO, the Lomo, the Unu, or May. The Hay Shroma, Raha, the Mishamaya, the High Malay, the Elto Israel, the more May. I say Shalom, in Rama, do I say Shalom. Malay, the Elto Israel, the more May.
Please take a seat now. Amokam Yenachem Eschem B'Serech Sharaveli Tzion V'Yerushalayim. May the Almighty comfort you amongst all the other mourners of Zion and Jerusalem. Look forward to seeing you later. Anybody on the onliners want to wish long life? We still got a few onliners here.
And I wish you a long life, gentlemen.
Daniel, our onliners are wishing you a long life as well.
Wish you long life.
Hi, everyone. Apologies, I haven't been with you during the week and I can't be with you today. It's just been a very busy week with meetings every morning at around about 8:15, 8:30. Shul is getting busy again, thank God. I wish you all Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, thank you.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat
Shalom.
Good morning, everyone. This is your
Morning.
poor substitute talking.
Not at all.
Would somebody start us off with Baruch Shema, please?
Can I do it?
Thank you, Doris.
Baruch she'amar v'haya ha'olam baruch hu. Baruch oseh bereshit. Baruch omer ve'oseh. Baruch gozer u'mkayem. Baruch merachem al ha'aretz. Baruch merachem al habriot. Baruch mishalem sachar tov l'irav. Baruch hay le'at v'kayai lanetzach. Baruch podeh u'matzil. Baruch shemo. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam. Ha'el ha'av ha'rahaman. המהולל בפי עמו, משובח ומפואר בלשון חסידיו ועבדיו, ובשירי דוד עבדך. נהלל לך אדוני אלוהינו, בשבחות ובזמירות נגדלך ונפריחך, ונפארך, ונזכיר שמך, ונמליכך מלכנו אלוהינו. יחיד חיי העולמים, מלך משובח ומפואר עד שמו הגדול. ברוך אתה אדוני, מלך מחולל בתשבחות.
Absolutely perfect, spotless diction. It's incredible.
Thank you.
And we have now such a wealth of talent today. Who would like to take on Ashrei?
I'm happy.
Thank you, Jonathan.
אשרי יושבי ביתך עוד יעללוך סלע, אשרי העם שכחה לו, אשרי העם שאדוני אלוהיו. תהילה לדוד, ארוממך אלוהי, המלך ועברך שמך לעולם ועד. בכל יום עברכך והללה שמך לעולם ועד. גדול אדוני ומהולל מאוד, ולגדולתו אין חקר. דור לדור ישבח מעשיך וגבורותיך יגידו. הדר כבוד הודיך ודברי נפלאותיך עשיך ועזוז נוראותיך יאמרו וגדולתך אספרנה. זכר רב טובך יביעו וצדקתך ירננו. חנון ורחום אדוני ערך אפיים וגדל חסד. טוב אדוני לכל ורחמיו על כל מעשיו. יודוך אדוני כל מעשיך וחסידיך יברכוך כבוד מלכותך יאמרו וגבורתך ידברו. להודיע לבני האדם גבורותיו וכבוד הדל מלכותו. מלכותך מלכות כל העמים וממשלתך בכל דור ודור. שמח אדוני לכל הנופלים וזוקף לכל הכפופים. עיני כל אליך יסברו ואתה נותן להם את אוכלם בעיתו. פותח את ידיך ומשביע לכל חי רצון. צדיק אדוני בכל דרכיו וחסיד בכל מעשיו. קרוב אדוני לכל קוראיו, לכל אשר יקראוהו ואמת. רצון יראיו יעשה ואת שבתם ישמע ויושיעם. שומר אדוני את כל אוהביו ואת כל הרשעים ישמיד. תהילת אדוני ידבר פי ויברך כל בשר שם קדשו לעולם ועד. ואנחנו נברך יה מעתה ועד עולם. Hallelujah.
Thank you, Jonathan. Sylvia, good morning. Would somebody like to do Yishtabach?
Can I have a go at that?
Thank you, Liz.
ישתבח שמך ליד מלכנו, האל המלך הגדול והקדוש בשמיים ובארץ. כי לך נאה אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו, שיר ושבחה, הלל וזמרה, עוז וממשלה,